Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Cambridge Veritas. I'm your friend, IELTS expert, and a teacher trainer here at Cambridge Veritas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're able to hear me and see me, show me a big thumbs up. Thank you. There's something special about today's lesson. A, it is at 8:30 p.m. We were getting a lot of messages for Saturday evening, and we thought, why not sort of keep it a little early so that you can enjoy more time with family later? Alrighty. So, what are we going to do in today's lesson? Before we get started, I want to tell you something really special about today's lesson. The lesson that we are going to do is actually a lesson from one of our paid courses, which is IELTS Advanced Preparation course. So the content that we will cover is actually exactly the same content that we do on the IELTS Advanced course. But why is that? Because a lot of students were sending messages on WhatsApp and comments on what's Instagram Live as well as YouTube Live about what they are struggling with. So we thought of sort of giving you some digital gold from there. So there's that. Without further ado, let's begin the show. It is showtime. But if you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe and share it with your friends and family. Let's have a look at what the aims of today's lesson are. So today, we're going to be looking at IELTS Writing Task 1. And there are different types of writing types, Task 1 especially. So we're going to be looking at all those different types today. So let's understand the three different activities that we'll do. So the first activity that we'll cover in today's lesson is, please have a look. There's a quick MCQ that I'm going to show you today that we're going to be participating with. That's number one. Number two, we're going to be looking at what are the different types of writing task 1. There's a certain number, so we're going to be working together to look at that. And finally, we will look at sample answer practice exercise. I repeat, sample answer practice exercise. So let's begin. Here we go. There are some pictures on the screen. I've hidden those pictures intentionally. This is game number 1. Before we start the lesson, can you tell me how many types of task 1 are there? I repeat, can you tell me, well, I know that you can look at the pictures and tell me that ways as well, but just count on your fingers, what are the different types of task 1, writing, IELTS writing task 1, academic module that you're aware of? What do you think? What could it be could be the number? Let me know in the comment section. All right. The exact number is, there are 6 types of task 1. I repeat, there are 6 types of task 1. And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at today. What are those different types of task 1, as a matter of fact? We're also going to be looking at how to attempt them, because that's very important, isn't it? How to attempt them is equally important. So the next game that we're going to play is, I'm going to show you all of these different task types. IELTS writing task 1. So let's have a look at all of them, but one by one. The game is very simple. You have to look at the picture and tell me which type is it. Is it bar chart, flow chart, pie chart, diagram, line graph, or table? So for example, the first one is done for us. If you look at the first picture on your left-hand side, it is a certain type of graph, and it's called line graph. La de la de la. If you see, it is line graph, and the answer is written here, D. Now we'll do the rest of it ourselves, one by one. I'm going to be showing you the type, IELTS writing task 1 type. There's a picture behind it. Look at the picture. Put your answers in the chat box. when you put your answers, please do make sure, bear with me. When you put your answer, please do make sure that you write the number of the answer and then the answer. For example, number 1, and it is D, so that I'll actually know what answer you're referring to. Because sometimes it gets lost in the translation. So here we go. I'm going to show you the second one now, okay? Ready? Everybody, your fingers on the live chat. Here we go. So what's number 2? What do you think it is? Shinobi, hi. Gitika, Harneet. It's today a little early than 9 a.m., primarily because it's weekend, just to keep your comfort in mind. Thank you, Hari. Thank you, Surya. So the correct answer is A. So what is this? It is a bar chart. I repeat, it is a bar chart. Some people also call it bar graph. That's fine. So not a major difference there. Now let's have a look at the third one, okay? So the third one is, what do you think is this? Waiting for your answers. Thank you, Hari. Thank you, Surya. Thank you, Gitika. The third one is E, and that's a pie chart. Wonderful. Very nice. Now let's have a look at number 4. What is number 4? What do you think is this? Bingo. Thank you, Sandhya, Harneet, Gitika, Jatanpal. Super. Shinobi, thank you. Thank you, Shinobi. Thank you, Hari. So the correct answer is number 4 is boom, boom, boom. F. It is a table. It is not a chart. It is not a graph. It is table with columns and rows in it. What's number 5? What is number 5? You're putting your answers correctly as well. Thank you, Hari. Thank you, Surya. Thank you, Jatanpal. Thank you. So the correct is C. Bingo. It is a flow chart. What are these, by the way? These are different types of questions that come on the IELTS Writing Task 1. A lot of the people, especially during preparation of IELTS, only prepare one type. But it's important, if you take any trainings anywhere, Cambridge Veritas or anywhere for that matter, the teacher, the trainer, should be able to cover all the different components, not just a basic general training of which one's what. And the last one, number 6, is apparently B, which is a diagram. So, ladies and gentlemen, hello, bello. When it comes to IELTS Writing Task 1, there are 6 types of tasks here. There are 6 types of tasks, and the names are right here. The names are table, bar chart, diagram, flow chart, line graph, pie chart, etc. And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at in today's lesson. I repeat, that's exactly what we're going to be looking at in today's lesson. Okay? If this is sorted, if you've understood this, show me a big thumbs up. I repeat, if you've understood this, show me a big thumbs up. All right, bingo. Now, we'll play a very interesting game. This game is called Let's Warm Up. What do we call this game? Hello, bello? We call it Let's Warm Up. I'm going to show you a question on the screen. So have a look at the question. There's a question, and it has some options. Let's first look at the question. The question is, in IELTS Writing Task 1, the candidate must primarily... I'm going to show you some options now. Look at the options, and then we'll look at what the correct answer is. Ready? So read the questions with me. Here we go. A, write a personal opinion essay. B, summarize information from visual data. C, write a formal letter. Or D, describe a personal experience. What is the correct answer? That's a good question, Sandhya. Thank you for asking this question. Maps predominantly come in the category of diagrams only. However, the maps that you're referring to is actually a part of IELTS reading. I repeat, is actually a part of IELTS reading. Thank you. That was a good question, Sandhya. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Surya, Shinobi, Manish, Ajay. The correct answer is la di la di la. Are you ready? So the correct answer is B. So what do you have to do? In IELTS Writing Task 1, remember this, please. You have to summarize information using visual data. What visual data? The visual data that we just looked at on the previous slide. All right? The visual data that we just looked at on the previous slide. Sandhya from our community asked a very good question. Very nice, Sandhya. Where is maps here? Maps is actually a question that comes in IELTS reading. But if you do by any chance see maps, it actually falls in the category of diagrams, which is number 6 here. I've never seen maps coming, by the way, in IELTS Task 1. Okay, shall we move ahead? Here we go. So please have a look. What are we now going to do? So this was the first part of the session today. In the next 20 minutes, you will understand what is the purpose of each type of question. I repeat, you will understand what is the purpose of each type of question. So we're going to be looking at all of these one by one. So stay tuned. Next 10 minutes are the most important minutes of this entire lesson. Show me a thumbs up if you're ready. Here we go. Okay, so what is the game? The game is very simple. There are two columns, there are two panels that you can see on the screen. And there's a type of task, IELTS Writing Task 1. Okay. The game is, I have written a few sentences related to the task on the left-hand side. All you have to do is listen carefully, fill in the blank spaces with the words that I will show you right now. But you can't see anything right now here, correct? So that's what we're going to do first. What do you think B stands here? Let's quickly revise. What did we look at on the last slide? What kind of task is it? Everybody in the chat box, what kind of task is it? Writing task. It starts with B. If you watch this lesson later, if you're not in the live class, don't worry, stay tuned, just make a guess. B is bar chart, D is the diagram. I erased a bit too hard, I suppose. What's F? Can you think about it? What question is it? Thank you, Hari. What's F? It's flowchart. What's D? It starts with I. Sorry, not I, it's L. Starts with L. What is it? L, L, L. Line graph. Yeah? E starts with P. It's a pie chart. Very good. And F starts with T. It's with columns and rows. It's a table. Bingo, very good. Clappings, superb. Now what do we have to do? For each type of question that you see here, I repeat, listen to me carefully. For each type of question that you see, you have to do a certain action. And I've hidden the actions as well for you. We're going to be looking at it together. So have a look. Very carefully. With these types of questions, you either have to make comparisons, that's option 1, or you have to look at the different axes, because there could be a chart, there could be a graph. You have to look at different axes. What's on the y-axis, what's on the x-axis? You have to look at the columns and report and summarize information. You have to look at the trends. What is repeating? You have to look at percentages and be able to report percentages. You have to look at different verticals, different angles of the graphs and chart. You have to segment them. That means you have to be able to divide information correctly in different categories. Features, you have to look at the main features And this is what we will talk about in the next exercise. And finally, you have to look at different stages. So for different types of questions, there are different tasks that you do. Understood so far? I repeat, for different types of questions, you do different tasks. So put this in your head. Very important piece of information. I repeat, very important piece of information that I'm going to tell you right now. Listen carefully. 6 types of questions, 9 actions. I repeat, 6 types of questions, 9 actions. If you've understood this, show me a big thumbs up. Lot of people, they take so much training, spend months and spend tons of money, but they are not able to understand how many types of questions there are and what the hell do you actually have to do. If you've understood this, show me a big thumbs up. I repeat, if you've understood this, show me a big thumbs up. Jatanpal, welcome. We have a lot of teachers that join. Jatanpal, welcome. Now here we go. This is something important to understand. What is it? It is D, it's a line graph. Can you fill in the blank spaces? I repeat, fill in the blank spaces 1, 2, 3 with the different actions that you see in the red panel. For example, I'm going to do number 1 for you. The rest of it you have to do yourself. Okay? So here we go. This type of figure, basically this section is telling you what you have to do with this type of question. Okay? So the purpose of today's lesson is look at the question and understand what you do with that question. So here we go. This type of figure can be used to show dash. What is it used to show? Comparisons, axis, columns, trends, percentage, vertical, segments, features, or stages. What do you think is the answer? The correct answer is number 4, trends. So ladies and gentlemen, next time, listen carefully. This is a very important piece of information. Next time you look at a line graph, what do you have to report? You have to report trends. You have to report trends. So you need to learn the language of trends most importantly. That's very important. Gotcha? I'm just going to connect the laptop with the charger, otherwise our stream will stop. So bear with me just one moment. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you very much. So what do you think is the answer to number 2? Number 1 is, it is used to show I'm just going to put it here for you. It is used to show trends. Okay, that's done. What's number 2 and number 3? Can you let me know in the comment section? Manish, welcome. Surya, welcome. Guys, when you write answers, could you also type which answer is it? Is it for 1, 2, or 3? Harneet, you're welcome. Okay, so number 2 is, boom, boom, boom. Number 2 is the horizontal, what is it? Axis and the dash axis often show what changes over time, or often show basically the changes over time. So what is it? Number 3 is 6. The horizontal axis and the vertical axis. So horizontal versus vertical. So whenever you report information, ladies and gentlemen, you focus on the axis, the trends, and the horizontal and the vertical pieces of information that are given. So when it comes to line graph, focus on trends, vertical axis, and horizontal axis. If you've understood this, show me a thumbs up. We'll move to the next question then. Bravo. Now, this is question number 2. Like this, we have in total how many questions? We have 6 questions in total. This, ladies and gentlemen, is question number 2. This is a bar chart, yeah, or bar graph. Let's read this. You have to tell me the answer. These figures are useful for illustrating dash between items or categories of items. This this one compares men and women. So what's happening here? Whenever you see a bar chart, what do you do with it? I'll give you some time. Put your answers in the chat box, please. Thank you, Hari. Thank you, Manish. Thank you, Hira. Thank you, Surya. Bingo. Superb. So the correct answer is 1. It compares. Perfect. Good answers, Hari, Shinobi, Surya. What do? We compare. Ladies and gentlemen, remember this next time. The next time you see a bar chart or a bar graph on the IELTS test, you have to keep in mind something, that it's going to compare information. Line graph is going to talk about trends. Bar chart is going to talk about comparisons. So you have to be able to show the examiner that this is the language that I know for comparisons, and this is the language that I know for trends. So you have to make yourself strong and learn the language of describing trends and making comparisons, basically. If you've understood this, show me a big heart on the lesson. Thank you. This is a very important lesson. As I said, this lesson is from the paid courses, IELTS Advanced course that we run on Cambridge Veritas. Thank you. Thank you for the heart. Here we go. So the correct answer is comparisons. Let's look at question number 2. Question number 3. Here we go. What is it? E. It is a pie chart. Let's read it. So here we go. Yeah. You can use a figure like this to show how a whole is composed of parts. Here, each dash indicates a dash of the whole. Each what? What do you think is the answer? Thank you, Manish. Thank you, Paper Ring. Paper Frog, sorry, not Paper Ring. Thank you, Shinobi. Thank you, Hari. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, Manish. So the correct answer is 5, which is number 7. Sorry, this is number 7. I'm going to correct this for here. Perfect. So segment, and number 6 is here 5, which is percentage. So now this is an important piece of information. First of all, let me correct this. This has to be number 7. So this is 7th. Thank you. You guys usually correct me when there's an error like this. Nobody corrected here. Everybody focus. Hello, we're not focusing. So when you see a pie chart, I repeat, when you see a pie chart on the IELTS Writing Task 1, next time, make sure that you talk about percentages and you know the language of describing percentage. So that's number 1. And make sure that you talk about different segments. What is the meaning of segment? Once again, categories, basically. All right. So once again, the next time on the IELTS Writing Task 1 academic category, if you see a pie chart like this, what do you have to do? You have to talk about percentages and the different segments of it. All right? Waiting for a heart. If you're new to the channel and if you're enjoying the lesson, make sure that you subscribe. Your support to the channel motivates our team who design these wonderful lessons for you. All right? Thank you. So let's move on. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, Manish. Thank you. Here we go. So this was number 3. Let's move to number 4. Now this looks like a table, correct? It is a table. Let's read it. You should present data like this if you need to give precise numbers. Okay. This example contains 4 rows and 5. Easy answer. What is it? Number 3. It is 5 columns, correct? 5 columns. So the next time when you see a table, the important word here is not columns. The important word is when you see something like this, you have to report precise numbers. So once again, you have to report precise numbers. So let's just revise it very quickly. Very quick game. Tell me in the chat box, when you see a pie chart, what do you do? I just told the answer. When you see a table, which is here, what do you do? What do? You report percentages. Okay. When you see, what else did we look at? Pie, bar, and line. When you see a bar chart, what do you do? And when you see a line graph, what do you do? Can you quickly let me know in the comment section below? Thank you. Very important. So once again, when it's a table, be ready to present the percentages. Next, when it is a pie chart, be ready to talk about, once again, be ready to talk about the percentages as well as the different categories and segments. When it is a bar graph, be ready to compare. And just revising quickly so that you know. And when it is a line graph, be ready to talk about trends on different verticals, horizontal as well as verticals. Verticals as in the axis. Thank you. All right, next one. Here we go. This is a flow chart. Can you put your answers in the chat box? What is number 8? Chandra, Manish, Hira, Shinobi, Harneet. What is this type of figure is useful for representing a process. Each box represents one dash in the process. What is it? Features, okay. The correct answer is, hello, bello. The correct answer is number 9. The moment, ladies and gentlemen, you see a process like this, I repeat, the moment you see a flow chart like this, make sure you are ready to start talking about the process. Make sure you're ready to start talking about the process. So, here we go. I'm going to write it here for you. Flow chart. I repeat, flow chart basically ask you to talk about what? They ask you to talk about the process. Different question, different purpose, and different style of reporting most importantly. I repeat, different question, different purpose, different style of reporting. Perfect. Shabnam, Manish, Chandra, bingo. And this is the last one. Here we go. This is B. This is a diagram. Let's read it. Put your answers in the chat box. Number 9, what is it? Figures like this are also used to represent a process. They can also illustrate the dash of an object. What is it? They can also illustrate the dash of an object. Waiting for your answers. Okay, perfect. The correct answer is features of an object. All right. So the most important feature for me, in my opinion, is the rain, and then how torrential it is, most importantly, gives you also an advanced vocabulary to talk about, and basically how it's causing, let's say flood, perhaps. So an important thing to remember here is my main features can be different from main features that you talk about. So the idea is, when it comes to diagram, you have to talk about features that you see in the on the diagram, basically. That's what you have to report. All right. So once again, let's quickly revise. When it comes to a diagram, be ready to start talking about the process. When it comes to a flow chart, once again, process. When it comes to table, percentage. In case of pie chart as well, percentage, but with segments, because there are different categories. When it comes to a bar graph, be ready to make comparisons, because bar graphs are always making comparisons. So the language of comparison is very important. When it comes to a line graph here, the lesson's not over. After this, there's a very interesting activity. When it comes to a line graph, the purpose here is to be able to report the vertical axis and the horizontal axis, and most importantly, the trends that you see. Okay? So this is very important. Okay. So this is the end of the first activity. All right? In the next 10 minutes, this is the last activity. I'm going to show you a sample answer. I repeat, I'm going to show you a sample answer. In the sample answer, there are 6 questions. How many questions? 6 questions. We will look at these questions one by one. I have very nicely highlighted each answer for you so that you're able to only focus, laser focus on the information that is most important. Are you ready? Shall we have a look at the sample answer? Here we go. But before I show you the sample answer, there's a very important tip that I want to give you. So your answer to task 1 should include 3 things. I repeat, your answer to task 1 should include 3 things. Number 1, a brief introduction. Number 2, 1 to 3 body paragraphs. I repeat, 1 to 3 body paragraphs in writing task 1, IELTS academic category. And the last bit, this is not mandatory. What is the last one? Let me know in the comment section. A brief concluding paragraph, although not mandatory. Yeah? If you wish, it mentions, if you wish is not for 1, 2, 3 body paragraphs. If you wish is a brief concluding paragraph. But why? If you're short of words, then include a brief concluding paragraph. But if you're not short of words, then you can skip it. It's not mandatory. All right? Show me a thumbs up if you understand this. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, DNS Gaming. Yes, overview is a very important part of it, which actually comes, overview is a sentence that we sort of put in introduction paragraph only. Here we go. Please have a look. Now, this is the game. If you want to pause the video for some time, you can pause the video at this stage. Don't read it. Listen to me first, what we have to do. I have written a sample question here for you. I will show you 6 questions one by one, and this is the last activity of the live lesson. This is the sample question, answer. I will show you questions one by one, and I will give you some time to answer in the chat box. And together, we will solve it, and I will also show you the answer. Ready? Bingo. So first of all, let's read the sample answer for writing task 1. Ready? Here we go. I'm going to read it for you slowly. However, if you want to pause the video and read it yourself, be my guest. The bar chart shows the gender distribution of students. Don't worry about the picture, by the way. Just focus on the answer. The gender distribution of students doing scientific research across a range of disciplines at a UK university in 2009. Okay. In 5 of the, now focus on the first sentence. In 5 of the 6 disciplines, males outnumbered females. Okay. Male students made up a particularly large proportion of the student group in subjects related to the study of inanimate objects. What is the meaning of inanimate objects? Tell me in the comment section, what is the meaning of inanimate objects? And materials, physics, astronomy, and geology. The gender gap was particularly large in the field of physics, where there were 5 times as many male students as female students. Can you see there's a lot of comparison happening because it's a bar chart? Correct? Focus here. Can you see there's a lot of comparison happening because it's a bar chart? I told you, right? That is the secret sauce. Remember it. The next time when you see a bar chart, you have to compare. Okay, let's move on. Men and women were more equally represented in subjects related to the study of living things, biology, medicine, and veterinary medicine. In biology, there were nearly as many women, approximately 200, as men, approximately 240. This was also true for medicine. Veterinary medicine was the only discipline in which women outnumbered men, roughly to women, 110 women versus 90 men. Okay, this is also done. Last conclusion paragraph. Overall, the chart shows that at this university, science-related subjects continue to be male-dominated. However, women have a significant presence in fields related to medicine and the life sciences. Bingo. I'm going to show you the question now. There's a lot of comparison happening in this question, in this sample answer. The question, you have to answer this question, okay? So here we go. What information does the introduction contain? Only focus on this highlighted part. I repeat, only focus on the highlighted part. What information does the introduction contain? Over to you. Tell me in the comment section below. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, Hari. Non-living things, yes. No answers? All right, let me show you. Here we go. It is a statement, listen carefully. It is a statement about the type of information shown. So the next time when you write IELTS Writing Task 1 Introduction, in that introduction, the most important piece of information is how is the information shown? Is it bar graph? Is it a chart? Is it a pie chart? Is it a table? Is it a diagram? Is it a flow chart? What is it? So this particular statement shows the type of information shown. So the type of information, A, how is the information shown? It's a bar graph, it's a bar chart. And what is the information? Gender distribution of students. All right. In introduction, we write only two things. Number one, how is the information shown? And number two, what is the information? I repeat, how is the information shown? And what is the information? All right. If you've understood this, show me a thumbs up. Hari says, one gender roles in research in UK university. Thank you. Shinobi, contain data of subjects taken by different genders. Wonderful. Perfect, Chandra. Hira, gender distribution of students doing scientific research. Boom. Fantastic. Ready for question number 2? There are 6 questions in total. Let's move to question number 2. Here we go. Now, hello, everyone. We have to focus only on this part. Don't read the first, don't read the third, don't read the last. Only focus on this part. The question is, what is the main focus of the first body paragraph? This is called a body paragraph, correct? So what is the main focus of this paragraph? Can you tell me in the comment section? Thank you, Shabnam. Thank you, Ajay. Ajay, thank you for your comments, by the way. I read your comments on other videos. Lots of love. Thank you. Welcome to our community. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you, Saeed. Waiting for your answers. Thank you, Shabnam. I'll show you the question, sorry. What is the main focus? If your answer is wrong, it doesn't matter. All I want is you participating. Your participation is more important than a correct answer. So just put your answer out there. Gender comparison. Thank you, Saeed. Thank you, Hari. The correct answer is, this paragraph is focusing on the fields which are dominated by men. How do you know it? There's a very easy way to understand it. Just read the first sentence. Excuse me. Just read the first sentence. In 5 of the 6 disciplines, males outnumbered females. So the field basically is talking about the domination of men in certain fields. All right, this is it. Now, let's move to question number 3. Ready? Here we go. Now, you only have to focus on this part. Hello, Bello, you're doing really well today. Wonderful, thumbs up. You only have to focus on this part, okay? Can I show you the question? Okay, let's look at the question. What is the main focus of the second body paragraph? Read it. Can you write what is the main focus here? Thank you, Shinobi. That's correct answer. Thank you, Shabnam. Correct. Thank you, Fazila. Correct. Fazila joined late today. Superb. Chandra, women domination. Very good, Chandra. Excellent. So the correct answer is the fields in which there are more equal numbers of men and women. So if just read the first sentence and you will know it. Men and women were more equally represented in subjects related to study of living things. I'm going to tell you a very important trick. If you want to know what is the purpose of a paragraph, you don't have to read the entire paragraph, just read the first sentence. Yes, it's true. In process writing, that's how it works. Thank you, Hira. Hira says equal representation of males and females in study. Perfect. Yes, that's true. The trick is, if you want to know what is the purpose of a paragraph, you only have to focus on the first statement. And that's exactly you have to do as well. In process writing, you should tell the reader what you will do in the paragraph only with the help of just first sentence. The reader should not read the entire paragraph to find that out. That's called a good process writing. That means you're giving the juice, you're giving the title. We also call it, in technical language, topic sentence. What do we call it? Topic sentence. So your first sentence in the paragraph should give away what the rest of the paragraph is going to be about. Here, it is male domination. Here, it is equal representation. All right? That was question number 3. Let's move to question number 4. Here we go. So question number 4 is, what is the purpose of the first sentence in each of the body paragraphs? I actually gave this answer to you already, but read it once again. Can you tell me what is the purpose of this and this? Thank you, Pooja. Men domination. Okay. Thank you, Chandra. It's actually, looks like it's something else, actually. If you're enjoying the lesson, make sure to like the video. And if you're new, subscribe as well. Thank you. Not like there, like the video. Perfect. Let me show you. Here we go. The first sentence always makes a general statement about one of the main features of the chart. It makes a general statement. So next time when you're writing, have a look. Next time when you're writing IELTS writing tasks, I repeat, when you're writing IELTS writing tasks, make sure that the first sentence always tells about the main feature of the chart, of the diagram. So the first sentence should tell once again, main feature is very important. All right? And then the rest of the explanation of the features come later in the rest of the paragraph. This is how you write. There's a proper template of this. In case you're looking for an advanced IELTS course, there's live training that happens with me on My Veritas app. In case you're interested, you can join our live face-to-face IELTS Advanced program. Thank you. It's for teachers as well as students. So that's question number 4. Let's move to question number 5. Here we go. The question number 5 is, What is the purpose of the second and third sentence? We looked at the purpose of the first sentence. The purpose of first sentence is to make a general statement about a main feature. But what is the purpose of second and third statement? Can you tell me in the comment section? Thank you, Saeed. Hari. Looking at your answers. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, Chandra. Can we give a huge round of applause to Chandra? Chandra has given us the answer. The answer is here. Giving supporting details. Once again, giving supporting details, supporting sentences. For example, if you say, I like chocolates. Okay, then what? Then you support the sentence and say, um, I started eating chocolates at a very young age. So you're basically supporting the main idea, I like chocolates, with it's a long lasting habit. Basically, it's a habit that started long time ago. So you're supporting the main. I know it's a very basic example, but it is to help you understand. There's a main sentence, and the rest of the paragraph should have the supporting sentences. You can support it with details, examples, etc., etc. Okay? If you've understood this, show me a big thumbs up. Hira, thank you. Supporting main features. Thank you, Saeed. Thank you, Hira. It's elaboration of main statements. Wonderful. Thank you, Shabnam. Explain the main. Wonderful. Excellent. Super. Let's move on. This is the last question of the day. You've been great so far. All right, here we go. The last question of the day is boom. What is the purpose of the conclusion? Duh. What is the purpose of the conclusion? Read the conclusion now. I'll give you some time. What is the purpose of the conclusion? Thank you. Thank you. Overall information or summarize. Thank you, Hari. Chandra. Main features. You may want to, possibly, could you write a complete sentence? Summary of the whole task. Thank you, Fazila. Shinobi, to conclude overall information. Thank you, Shinobi. Paper Frog, summary of the whole paragraph. Everybody is right. Wonderful. Super duper. So the correct answer is, it is a summary of the main features that you have spoken about. I repeat, it is the summary of main features that you have spoken about in body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. All right. Very, very important lesson today. It is not just any regular lesson. It is for those people who have struggled with IELTS Writing Task 1 for a long time. And that's why we thought of bringing this lesson, comprehensive lesson for you. If you're new to our family, Cambridge Veritas, we are a growing family. Make sure to subscribe the channel and like it, like the lesson, if you do like the lesson, and share it with your kith and kins who may be struggling with cracking IELTS for a long time. Okay? Okay, what was the most important piece of information? We call it exit ticket. I repeat, what is the most important piece of information you've understood from today's lesson? Tell me what's your exit ticket? If you join our family, in the end of every lesson, there's an exit ticket. You cannot leave the video. You cannot leave the lesson without an exit ticket. That's just kind of a contract that we guys have. So what's your exit ticket of the day? Thank you, Hira. What is your exit ticket of the day? You can write a simple sentence. What did you learn today? Exit ticket means what did you learn today, or what was the most important thing that you liked, that you understood from today's lesson? Chandra, writing task 1 question types. Very good, Chandra. That was the aim of today's lesson. Definitely. Shabnam, thank you. Fazila, thank you for the amazing session. Expecting something wonderful for reading. Thank you, Fazila. You're welcome. Uh, reading, we're planning sometime next week. Yep, thank you. Shinobi, we understood about IELTS Writing Task 1. For example, graphs and types. Shinobi, wonderful. You're welcome, Chandra. Thank you. So, what exactly do we have here? Please have a look. Another announcement, which is something that I make towards the end of the lesson every day. We have an IELTS TTT masterclass that is coming for all the teachers watching us as well, IELTS teachers. If you want to be a certified IELTS trainer from Cambridge Veritas, feel free to join our masterclass where I train you and help you understand how to teach students IELTS batches internationally. And on this note, thank you so much. Lots of love. Thanks for being a part of this lesson. Lots and lots of love. Big hug. Enjoy your weekend. I hope I did not intrude in your weekend, but the purpose was to help you learn something new. And also let me know, is 8:30 p.m. something that is suitable for you? Are you all guys sort of free during 8:30 p.m. on Saturdays because it's a weekend? That's why we sort of changing the time. But thank you for being a part of this lesson. God bless. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. Not 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m. Lots of love. Take care. Good night. Bye.